You know what they say. Everything is bigger in Texas. Well, we've got a big one tonight. Hello YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Welcome to the live coverage of the Outlaw Sim Series race number 5 of 36 here at the virtual Texas Motor Speedway. This isn't just the Texas Motor Speedway we know today. We bring you tonight to the 2009 legacy version of Texas Motor Speedway that iRacing provides us. I'm Emerson Arden, and I join you tonight from the virtual Fort Worth, Texas. Eddie Gossett calls this place No Limits, Texas, and established in 1997, this place has proved that to be true. Holding notable race events that continue the narrative that everything is bigger, such as the Firestone Firehawk 600 for IndyCar, or the two 500-mile NASCAR Cup races with the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 and the AAA Texas 500. The Texas Motor Speedway was once considered the fastest non-restrictor plate race on the NASCAR schedule. And all that said, why wouldn't we throw it back to the glory days of this track prior to the 2017 facelift? Well, the challenges of this track are definitely going to be something else. A cheese grater, some drivers have called this track, and it's time to get underway with what they call the cheese grater here in qualifying. Well underway. We'll bring the standings up in just a hot moment. Working alone tonight, just the issues of the iRacing update tonight. Everybody's very excited for what has been brought to the sim, all the new content and everything. Tonight's gonna be a fun one just because of the positivity already in the air. And so far in qualifying, we have about 14 times as Brandon Richardson brings it across the start-finish line, and he's gonna go for a slide. And we'll see here. We'll bring up the time so we can see everybody who has taken time on in qualifying. We've had 14 times. Devin Smith, 14th quickest. Still waiting other drivers. Not set times. How about Andrew Pratt in the Schluter Systems number 75? Working his way through the quad oval, Andrew Pratt is going to go. Never mind, he's still actually setting times as Jeremiah Stutzman goes 10th. We'll catch up with Andrew Pratt on his first timed lap. Still waiting, we have John Mickey, Kevin Thompson, Daniel Park, Doug Soames, and Eric Peck yet to take to the track. Alright, and this coming in, as we'll see where Pratt goes. Pratt on his first lap goes 11th quickest. He still has another attempt. We'll watch that here. Malenko currently top of the charts with a 29.503. And this being said, we had requested somebody to come up and be race control. But again, just today with iRacing's updates to the service, which we're all very happy for. It's going to be a blast. But Pratt goes second quickest, a 29.530. But that being said, the download times have really plagued some of our members tonight. Devin Zimmerman being one of them, my usual co-commentator, caught out by the update, and it's a big update. And he's currently traveling right now, so he doesn't have the best internet. He doesn't have what he would normally have when he's at home. So, yeah, so he got caught out. And then our race controller did not get the update done in time. I don't know if y'all can hear via race controller, which is Adam Gardner today. He's just going over the pre-race meeting as we still wait Kevin Thompson to set qualifying time. This should be the 17th of 17 qualifiers. But Adam Gardner, I was just about to say, as he came on the mic, he's qualified 14th, but he will not be I'm not quite sure what the 89 is doing. Uh, but Adam Gardner will not be racing tonight, so his 14th qualifying position is going to actually move up to the 95 of Devin Smith, who's qualified 16th. That being said, we're going to take a quick moment to just go ahead and sort everything out. Was kind of in a rush with the update and everything, but we'll be right back. We'll be right back to racing right after this. Welcome back, race fans, to the Texas Motor Speedway. Qualifying has concluded. No other times have gone on the board. So that means that driver of the number 7, Malenko, is our Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award winner. He is there in that number 7 purple and white Toyota Camry, sponsored by the Extreme World Racing League. And Pratt Tile and Stone, serving all your tiling needs since 2003, and of course that is the sponsor of the driver who starts on the outside pole. I know he was just one spot away from getting that spot that he just so wanted so very badly. Of course, starting on pole means a huge, great deal here at Texas. You know, you get to pick your line and all. The line choice can be interesting because, you know, normally when we think of Texas, especially recently, we think of the inside lane being the line to go. But on these restarts, I mean, who knows? I still think the inside line is the way to go, but it is much easier to make runs off of the outside lane here at Texas Motor Speedway, the legacy version. And so we'll see how that goes tonight. But yes, Malenko, our pole sitter. Right. Pratt Tile and Stone Award. That is the sponsor from Andrew Pratt, who starts to his outside. Of course, Pratt helping out so many people to make this switch to iRacing, giving us, you know, our 20 driver fields. We have 21 on the scoring on the left-hand side. That is just not going to be the case tonight, as our race controller did not make it. So we are going to have Adam Gardner in as our race controller. So as the field gets ready to go on their pace lap, we're going to get to the starting lineup real quick. And so, of course, row number 1 has our Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award winner, Malenko. And behind him has the 75 of Andrew Pratt. And the pace car starts rolling. How about the 77 of Seth Berger? Oh, it's camera. And the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. For number 3, we're going to have Kyle Lingerfelt and Andrew St. Cour. Row number 4, we're going to have Max Service and Josh McClune. Row number 5, we're going to have Brandon Richardson. And, hold on. Looks like we're still figuring out the order here. Stutzman has been given an EOL, that's right. This is going to jumble up the order a little bit. Yeah, this whole order back here is gonna be something else. But back here we have Jason Midge, James Gilliard, Jacob Zala, Tyler Markle, Adam Gardner is not in the field, which was Devin Smith to the outside there, Matt Setzer, Dan Park, Kevin Thompson, Doug Soames, Eric Peck, and John Mickey. We work our way forward. Of course, Malika's going to lead us to the green. I guess Pratt got... Yeah, that's what's happening here. All the EOLs on the outside lane has really changed up the entire outside. You don't notice we have... and Adrian Schumacher is not here. He forgot about the race. Which that's unfortunate. He, of course, coming off the win there at Road America. But the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car is off into the pit lane. Waiting on Malika to lead us to the green. Green flag is in here. We are racing at the Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. He gets clear of the 18 of McClune, who Seth Berger now falls in the second. Can he clear the 18? He has that inside. It's going to do him wonders on the initial start here. He will get clear the 18. Kyle Lingerfelt clears into 4, trying to squeeze out. I believe that is the 24 Jason Miz running. I believe that's a Dallas Cowboys car. And of course, if that truly is a Dallas Cowboys car, we'll take a look at it right here. He has the 88 on there, so that the 88 of Des Bryant, of course, huge Cowboys fan, is Jason Miz. And working lap number 2, Malika now opens up already 0.4 of a second on Seth Berger to start tonight. Jason Miz was there in the Facebook comments before we went green, as wishing good luck to everybody. Malika continues to open his gap now on Seth Berger. Of course, Jason Miz being sponsored by the Dallas Cowboys, it only makes sense as this week NFL football returns tomorrow. The Texans and the Chiefs kick off the NFL season. The Chiefs, of course, winning the Super Bowl, and they'll be doing their the banner ceremony and all that jazz. So just glad to have some NFL football back. We didn't think we'd get a season, or if you weren't optimistic with the situation, NFL football was a long ways away. But the battle for 4th now continues, with Jacob Zala making the pass almost look easy on Kyle Lingerfelt. Now Lingerfelt to the back of the top 5. Max Service is a little ways back there in the 6th position. Can he get up here and make some noise? Everybody singles it out here as we work lap 4 of 200 at the Texas Motor Speedway. Double wide behind him, that's Devin Smith and Jason Miz. Remember, Devin Smith qualified 16, but because of EOLs and Adam Gardner dropping out, he moved up quite a bit, already battling inside the top 10 for sure, as he falls back to the clutches of Kevin Thompson. Brendan Richardson has gotten clear of that as well. Richardson now closes up to the 24th, Jason Miz. They're double wide ahead. Jacob Zala on Josh McClune for P3. Jacob Zala makes that look easy, and he's making his run to the field. He might have something for Seth Berger and Malenko to get on into this race. He's worked lap 5 of 200. Malenko opens up now, what is a 1.2 second advantage, as we'll put up the intervals on your screen now. That is the interval to the car ahead. Excuse me there. I'm working a one-man show tonight, so it's taking a little tilt. But Mountains now open up a 1.4 second advantage. Seth Berger now has a half a second advantage over 4 Jacob Zala. Can he hold on to second? We complete lap 6 of 200, and I'm gonna throw my prediction. We're gonna go caution-free tonight. I'm so sure of that, because this track is all about rhythm track. You can run away from one another. Once you get clear of the other traffic, the passes should become easy, because usually they're passes because of tire wear. As Kyle Lingerfelt under attack from the 24 Jason Miz. That 88 is gonna throw me off all day today. Brandon Richardson gets clear of Lingerfeld as well. Kevin Thompson there in P8 as Devin Smith's falling back to 14. I wonder what happened to him. Was up here. We carry on up front. There's a train behind. Maybe he just fell back to the train and maybe he just got a freight train, to be honest. But working lap number 8. Jacob Zala closing the gap to Berger, but not breaking away from McClune. That gap has stayed stagnant between Berger and Zala. And now Malenko, he's got to be careful that he's not pushing his tires too much to where he gets into trouble and has to really drop his pace. As Zala, maybe he's done that. He's getting passed by McClune to the inside. Goes the 18 of McClune and clears Jacob Zala. Zala trying to find a crossover. To the inside, he can't get down there. So this battle continues. Zala back to the inside, and now Seth Berger really making indents on Malenko's race lead. They're double wide behind on though. Jacob Zala trying to get clear of McClune. Side drafting down the back straight. Zala fighting hard to get clear to third. He does so. Back up front. Berger, now he comes. Now we're going to be talking about this battle for the race lead. We're going to go on board with Seth Berger. Here he comes. Right up to that back bumper of the 7. Gonna peek down low. To the inside goes Berger. Can he make the pass? He's got the preferred line. Malenko gives him the lead, and new race leader, Seth Berger. Gets clear to the race lead. McClune not done with Zala just yet. Into turn 3. Zala gets cleared by McClune. So the top 4 now, they have a pretty large breakaway, but Kevin Thompson has worked his way to inside the top 5, trying to fend off Kyle Lingerfeld. We'll see here if Thompson can hold on. So Thompson has made some great indents. He, of course, did not set a qualifying time. All the EOLs kind of pushed him up the grid as well. And Kevin Thompson into the top 5. He has some hidden pace there. Malenko's now starting to drop off, and he's going to fall into the clutches of the 18 of Josh McClune. Jacob Zala is also falling off. I'm going to have to say that these guys have used up their tires at the 7 and the 4. There's no way that they dropped this pace this much. I can't see Malenko wanting to give up the race lead, so he's really got to outplay here on tire strategy. Josh McClune gets cleared for 2nd. You got to think. And maybe it's just the habit, you know, when you're young to just go all out, and that's definitely Malenko's driving style. You know, never back down. And Jacob Zala is one of the youngest drivers, if not the youngest driver in the grid. And maybe he was just going with that all-out mentality as well. You know, Seth Berger, he's won one of our Outlaw championships, and McClune, always a fast guy as well. They're a little bit older, more mature, and I think their racing has been matured as well when it comes to tire strategy. The battle back here, oh, Matthew Setzer into the wall, I believe. We're going to go ahead and get a quick replay of that. Matthew Setzer battling Tyler Markle. Markle in the, is that a Torb Overwatch car? It's a interesting selection there as Setzer gets wide, and yeah, he just ate the outside wall there. We'll catch back up live. Jason missed. Tyler Markle now making his way up. Markle maybe just laying back and saving tires. Markle spent a lot of, Markle hasn't been on the sim a lot. He's been on the sim a little longer than most of the drivers in this grid. But he spends most of his time on the sim doing longer races, which in turn gives him more, you know, of the long run feel, preserve the tires kind of feel, and tire conservation is all iRacing is about nowadays. And that definitely could be what is on Tyler Markle's mind, as he has worked his way into the 8th position. He was back in the second group there, and working up steadily as somebody's made their way onto the pit lane. That's Eric Peck. Oh no, that's a lot of damage. Oh no. See if I can find a replay of this. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, that was a heavy hit. And that is the outcome of that. Seth Berger now being caught by the 18 of Josh McClune. I was just about to say, we're going to talk about the drivers who've won this season. As coming into today, the points were pretty close. We'll get to the points in a hot sec, but the battle for the lead actually is shaping up to be a good one here. So we'll put that on hold for now, but this is really shaping up for the battle. Berger running, you can see Berger maybe running half a lane higher, which I don't know. Doesn't put as much stress on the right front, but maybe he's trying to conserve it because he's already pushed a lot. But yes, Berger's running closer to the outside seam while McClune's running lower towards the white line. You see Malenko there in the background as Zala's fallen to 18th position. My goodness. He must have hit wall or something. Yeah, that right side is pancaked on that Ford car. He had a fast car too, but I don't think Zala's just learned the art of tire conservation, to be brutally honest. But now Berger running closer to the white line as McClune tries to close up. I guess now we have the battle for this lead isn't getting too hot. They're nose to tail, obviously, but not anything that I believe we should cover in-depthly at the moment. We'll take a look at well, can't really take a look. I don't have that graphic set up just yet. I need to get working on that. So that my responsibility. But the top of the point standings, Malenko and Tyler Markle are tied at the top of the standings right now. Well, not this one, but entering today's race, they were tied at 161 points. Devin Smith, 159 points there in the 3rd position. Jeremiah Stutzman in 4th in points, 152 points. Seth Berger and Josh McClune. He's only made he started. He's made 3 races. He made 1 race, the 4th race as well, but I don't believe he got points in that race, or he didn't start the race or something of that nature, where the stats list him of only having 3 starts. But I know he was here all 4 weeks. And Seth Berger, he's actually only been here for 3 weeks, so he did not get those points from that 1 race. So Berger trying to make some indents here, and with the race lead, he's going to get that bonus point. That's a bonus point, by the way. Leading a lap, leading most laps is another bonus point. So you have to watch that. But drivers who've won this season: Tyler Markle, Garrett Velzy, Max Service, Adrian Schumacher. Now Tyler Markle's running 6th, Max Service running 4th. Garrett Velzy, I don't see him. Adrian Schumacher, I don't see him. So there's only 2 winners in this field. We can still easily get, some first-time winners this season, and it really would be something. Malenko, of course, definitely one of the drivers we thought would have a win already in this season. Being tied for the points lead, he's ran well, but just not been able to seal the deal. And Josh McClune, getting that provisional to stay in the points. He's really making up points here, but of course we're on lap 26 of 200. A lot of racing to go. We still have strategy to go. Seth Berger holding on right now over McClune. Max Service 3.2 seconds back. We'll get to him here. He's now past Malenko. Malenko's tires are really hurting him now. You can definitely see that is the case here. Devin Smith, Tyler Markle, Eric Peck, a huge battle here. And this is a huge group of cars. Malico in the wall. Here comes Kyle Lingerfeld trying to avoid him. Malico trying to hold on to it. Peck dives down low. Tyler and Marco now looking to take advantage. Everybody all over one another. Eric Peck, of course, came off the pit lane. He's got damaged. And, yeah, what a group of cars here. 6 cars under a blanket. The battle for the lead is heating up. But we'll get to that if it tightens up even more, because this is wild. 3 wide. Peck way up by Malico falls back to Tyler now. This is the driver points lead. They make contact. Malico trying to hold on to it. Marco gets turned on. Points leaders. One into the wall, the other into the 95. There's going to be a caution. They're stopped in the middle of the track. Kevin Thompson got to stop. There's the caution. Oh, and Doug Solms is in there as well. Tyler Marco did not look where he was going. St. Cord there as well. Oh, no. Big accident here on the back straightaway here at Texas Motor Speedway. And our points leaders, just talking about the points battle, tied for the points lead at the top of the table. And whammo, both of them in trouble early. Hopefully Tyler Marco doesn't have engine damage, but that was a big hit. We'll take a look at a replay here. And this is already Malico. Turn Marco hard into the inside, back across the track. As if he didn't have engine damage already. Tries to get going, and Solms was just there. St. Court eats the inside wall as well. Oh, man. Look at it here. They're entering turn 1 here. Let's see if we can get a better shot. Malico comes down the track on Tyler. Tyler hits the white line, slides up, and they make a little bit of contact. Malico spins. Devin Smith couldn't avoid Tyler, and into the inside wall there. And that's all that. And Tyler Marco comes down the track, collects Solms. St. Court hits the inside wall. Man, big accident on the back straightaway. Let's ride on board with Solms and see if there was anything he could have done. Here comes Solms off the turn number 2. They're wrecking already. Slows down. He's looking for the middle, and Tyler. Oh, I don't know if Tyler even really saw him. We're right on board with Devin Smith. Actually, as pit stops have been completed, Devin Smith is the one driver who hasn't hit it. Fall back here to the battle. Tyler hits the white line there, collects Malico. Malico slides, and Smith nowhere to go. Tyler eats that inside wall, gets hit. Comes St. Cord behind it. Yeah, wow. Let's see, Malico. Devin Smith hits the pit lane. Malico, yeah, he couldn't really tell that he hit Tyler with that multi-car accident. Both of our points leaders in trouble. And third in points, 7th. Yeah, our top 3 in points, all in this. Oh man, what a hit for Doug Solms! Wow. And Malico just trying to stay on the lead. I don't think he got there, but yeah, working the first caution period of the day. I really didn't think we were gonna get this. To be brutally honest, I didn't think we were gonna get this. That's okay. We did get it. Now we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get an interview with our race leader, driver to number 77. Hey, Seth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
And it's been a wicked race so far. Thurver back in the pack. For you, it's been pretty simple. You started to the no, you did start the outside. Where'd you start? You started towards the front. I believe you started 3rd. And
yeah, P3.
Yeah. It was pretty simple from there. You got around the 75, and then you were on mode to chase Malico. How was that?
You know, going into this race, I was worried about race pace and tire wear more than anything, so I was just kind of running my own pace like I had in practice. And luckily, I just let him come back to me. I believe he got into the wall there, so that might have helped me out a little bit. But yeah, I'm just trying to run my pace. I guess it's a pretty good pace. I'm happy with it. Very happy with the handling of the car, and hopefully I can keep the tires on for the rest of the night.
Right on. it looks like you're double filed. They're trying to line you up here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the 29, so I'll let you get back to it. I forgot that.
Yeah, wondering that too. Thank you.
With the update, iRacing shortened these caution laps, so these interviews aren't going to be as long, but best luck to you for the rest of the race.
All right, thank you, sir.
And that was our race leader driver to 77, Seth Berger, and yeah, they're going to add a caution lap here. And that was that. I don't know if Richardson knew he was the wave around. Not entirely sure what's going on there. But yeah, so Seth Berger, our race leader, Max Service second. Josh McClune fell back, and he's now in 6th after pit stops. So maybe he made a mistake on the pit lane. Kyle Lingerfeld's moved up as well. Jeremiah Stutzman as well. McClune in 5th actually. We have Jason Miz in 6th. Pull back row 4 here. We have Andrew Pratt and Eddie Gilliard. I'm sorry, James Gilliard. I'm so sorry. Eddie Gilliard is his just name. I know him by, I would say. Kevin Thompson, row 5, alongside the 93 of Andrew St. Cyr. Row 6, we have John Mickey, Matthew Setzer. Row 7, Tyler Markle's back here. Doug Solms. Row 8, Jacob Zala, Daniel Park. Row 9, Brandon Richardson with the wave around Malico. Is he a lap down? I don't know what the gap is back here. Malik actually on the lead lap with Richardson. Devin Smith, Eric Peck back here as well. But here we go. The field doubled up and ready to go. 10 rows deep. VIRacing.com. Ford Mustang safety car pulls into the safety of pit lane, and the field in the hands of Seth Berger. We are green from Texas. Kyle Lingerfeld trying to get clear of Max Service for second. He does. Service now files into 3rd, and Service right now the highest running race winner so far this season. Again, it's only him and Tyler Markle to have won races so far. Seth Berger's got a bad fast machine under him. Kyle Lingerfeld does as well, closing up to the back bumper to 77. Kyle Lingerfeld really trying to put the heat on the 77 of Berger. All over the back bumper as they head down the back straight. My, oh my, what a race we've got going on here. See if we can ride on board with Kyle Lingerfeld as he tries to work his way around the 77 of Seth Berger. So the hardest thing here is not wearing out the tires. You don't want to wear out these tires. It is so painful when you wear out the tires, and there's nothing you can do, and people have saved their tires, and you're just getting bypassed on both sides. We work our way further back to all this traffic back here. Jacob Zala working his way through the field. Here comes Malico. Gilliard trying to squeeze Malico down. Malico got to get up the throttle back there. Wow. And this is all a mess back here. This is Zala on Thompson. Setzer. Malico trying to hang on to ahead of Setzer because he had to back off for Gilliard and Mickey duking it out ahead of him. all of the top drivers in points, Markle, Malico, Stutzman, Smith, are all back here. Wild. Malico and Mickey. Oh man, more checking up. See if everybody can keep it off one another back here. We're only on lap 39 of 200. Malico now piles on the pressure on the 33 of Gilliard. Looks at the, oh, how about Zala on Thompson for 7. Malico into the top 10, into 9th. Looking on Kevin Thompson for 8th. Malico's got a hot rod under him. Malico gets clear of Kevin Thompson. Now Malico to Zala's back bumper. How does he get around him? As Pratt's holding on to 6th. The battle for 2nd. Lingerfeld getting passed by McClune. Lingerfeld loose in the center of the corner. He falls back to 3rd. Zala by Pratt. Pratt way up the track, falling back now. Malico to 7th. Pratt really dropping down the running order. Getting hold on, almost contact with Tyler Markle. Falls back behind Markle. Seth Berger now holds on to the race lead with Josh McClune. We're back to where we started with these guys. Malico breathing down the neck of Jacob Zala. Service on Lingerfeld. This battle picking up. Business is picking up here at Texas. Mick Young Gilliard continues to happen around the track. Setzer there as well. Pratt and Devin Smith going at it for P13. But Smith also under attack from Brandon Richardson. Look at all the gaps on the left-hand side there. The biggest gap is between Miz and Service now. Jacob Zala really putting the hunt onto Jason Miz. And Malico's following Zala through the field and can't get around Zala at the moment. What's going to happen here is these tires are going to get really, really hot. Really, really slick as the track temp is hot. And these drivers are going to find it hard to save these tires. I believe it was Pratt who called it a cheese grater earlier. And in the dirty air, that doesn't help as well. It tightens the car up, which means you're using that right front tire more. If you're turning more to the left, it's just a bad situation if you're not the lead car in a draft. McClune continues to pile on the pressure on Berger. McClune riding down the back bumper. Zala on Miz. Here we go. The battle for the top 5. Miz outside. Zala down low. Malico trying to get in here as well. Zala clears Miz. Here comes Malico to the inside. Malico coming with full steam. Miz didn't see him. This is going to open up the gap for Zala. Zala now 2 seconds behind Linger, but Malico slides up out of Jason Miz. Miz to the inside. Gilliard now joins this battle. Gilliard into 8th, trying to get 7th for Miz. Seth Berger's now opened up the margin on Josh McClune a little bit. Service is not breaking away. Service actually got around Kyle Lingerfeld. That is what we missed. Tyler Markle, John Mickey were duking it out. But Zala now running away from Malico a little bit. Zala running a little bit higher up the track, though. I can't tell if this is to save tires or to get the run off the corner. See off the corner if it helps. Kind of did, but as Malico continues to fend off Miz and Gilliard. Gilliard gets clear of Miz. Back in front, McClune still hounding the back bumper of the 77. Here's McClune trying to find a way around Berger. Battles all over the place, but now Max Service. 1 second, Malico into the wall. Tries not to collect Gilliard. Everybody scatters. Jason Miz, can he hold on to it? He's got a bad entry. Tyler to the outside. Here comes Stutzman to the inside. Here comes Tyler, or I'm sorry, Jeremiah Stutzman to the inside at Jason Miz. So Malika falls back into the pack. The battle starts to open up a little bit. Except the battle for the race lead. Berger, McClune continue to duke it out. And now we're on 20 lap old tires. The thing is now, what is going to be the strategy? You can go about, I'd say, what, 55 or 60 laps on a tank of fuel. Can you go that on tires? Especially with the cars getting an update today. Whoa, McClune way high coming off of turn number 2. You got to think if they go, what, 80 and then another 60 laps, 140, they can go to the end. This kind of sets the strategy up nicely for them, making it a 2-stopper to the end if they can make 60 laps. Now, if they can't make 60 laps, now we're in trouble here. Let's say they can only make 50 laps. Well, then you're going to lap 70, then lap 120, and then lap 170 with a 30-lap run to the end. Well, that doesn't do you no good. Now you start thinking about, what about if I can only make 40 laps? Well, then it's, to 20 to 60, and 60 to 100, and 100 to 140, 100 to 180. You're kind of screwed there. You got to go, what, 45 laps maybe is a sweet spot. 20 to 65, and 65 to 110. And then 110 to 155, and yeah, that would be to the end. I guess, yeah, that would be the spot if you're going to go 3. If you're going to go 3 stops to the end, you're going to come in on lap 65. If you're going to go 2 stops to the end, you're going in on lap 80. If you're in the middle, you're not really thinking this all the way through. Unless you're banking on green, white, checkers, then again, you probably would still come in for a set of tires at the end of the race, nonetheless. That would be, what, about 40 laps. John Mickey, Jason Miz duking it out. This is the battle for 10th. Look at the pack back here, led by Matthew Setzer. You got Malico and Richardson, Solms, Thompson, Smith, and St. Cor back here. Wicked battles. Battle for the lead now started to open up. Seth Berger really managing his tires well. McClune maybe pushing a little bit harder. Plus, don't forget, these cars, they get tighter in dirty air. He has to use up that right front a little bit more. And out, Max Service into the picture. Of course, Max Service winning at Phoenix in round number 2. What is going to be the deal here? Max Service trying to get his second win on the season before anybody else, other than, I guess, Tyler Markle, is even here to maybe get a second win. So Max Service trying to get into that club. McClune giving him the inside a little bit, but trying maybe to cut down on exit. Service all over the back bumper of the 18. Tyler Markle and Jacob Zala duking it out. I guess Zala has let Markle by. Now Stutzman on Gilliard for the top 5. Stutzman into 5th. Service has gone around Josh McClune and clear off of turn number 2. And now can Service chase down Seth Berger? You look to see what can Max Service do as we come to lap 58 here. Again, if they're going on a 3-stop strategy, they're going to the end of the race. They're going to pit in about 7 laps or so. A 2-stop strategy, they're going to about lap 80. It's going to be rough. Maybe lap 70 if you can try the 3-stop, if you can make that work. But I don't know. Strategy's been rough, especially because these drivers really don't know how long they can go on a set of tires. So as we work lap 59 at 200, we've worked 1 caution period today. Battle back here. Wow, look at this pack. Mickey to the outside of Smith. And Mickey into the wall. Holds on to it. Eric Peck back here as well as Mickey slides up. It is a struggle bus back here. Now Zala on Gilliard. Zala, his tires have not gone away all the way because he's still up here and kicking. But Tyler Marco's gotten by Gilliard. Here comes Zala on Gilliard. Zala around the outside. Can he make the pass? Zala clear to 7th. Max Service. Now he hounds the back bumper of the 77. What do you do here, Seth Berger? Do you change up the strategy? Maybe Seth Berger looking to go lap 80? Maybe does he come in on 65? Is the speed difference going to be fast enough to maybe cut a pit stop out of your strategy or gain the advantage of drivers who don't take that extra pit stop? So the question being, is it a 2-stop or a 3-stop strategy to the end? At the moment, the battle for the lead is the question. Service hounds the back bumper into turn number 1. Seth Berger sends it in. Here comes Service to the inside. Seth Berger gives him the lane. Gives him a lot of room. And Max Service is clear to the race lead. Lap 63 of 200. Service is now in business, and I gotta say, Service is probably gonna go to lap 80. But now if you're Seth Berger, do you change up the strategy? What is going to be the deal here? If you're gonna, again, if a 3-stop strategy, you're gonna come in at about lap 65. Daniel Park is already in. So this is looking like a longer stop. This may be for damage. Gilliard is not falling back from Zala. Zala holds on to 7th. As he works further down, Malenko deep in the trenches of the field, duking it out with Solms and Richardson back here. This is not where we expect Malenko to be, especially with Markle in 6th. And the battle here, Malenko now getting passed by Devin Smith. Sends Malenko to the 15th position, and this is just so odd to see Malenko. Gilliard's gotten back by Sala. Jason Miz there in P9. He was up here to the top 5. Seth Berger not losing too much touch to Max Service, and now you gotta be thinking, what are these drivers gonna come in? And of course, they have the caution lap, so they can maybe go lap 70 on this first stint and maybe split the rest of the race in half from there. I want to say that last week we started the broadcast, but with, of course, you know, the hashtag We Love Lefty, and still hashtag We Love Lefty, as he's tweeted today for the first time since last week, and he said, "Hey all, I've spent the past week getting help on my approach to handling situations that cause stress and anxiety. Lots of good people got me back on my feet. I apologize for the uproar I caused, but I've been brought to tears from all the support that I've seen. And thank you," is what he said to sign that tweet out. And of course, Noah Sweet, monumental painter, Indiana 2003, and iRacing community and content creator, I guess, if you will. He's one of a kind. He's an amazing person. And to hear that he was going through a rough time last week, just rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm glad he's all better. He's back, and he's kicking, and he's here for it. And I hope you got to see that we got hashtag We Love Lefty even trending in the United States. But the pit stop's underway. John Mickey made his first pit stop, or I'm sorry, his first pit stop since the caution. And Daniel Park has as well with the extended pit stop. So John Mickey, the first driver to go for the 3 stop. Here comes Josh McClune, carrying on with the 3 stop strategy. So right now, John Mickey, Josh McClune on the 3 stops. So who's this going to drag in as we are 40 laps in on the stint now? Have to see anyway as battle back here with Pratt, Miz, and Solms now duking it out for what seems to be the battle for 10th. As Markle down the running order. Markle's going for the 3 stop. So now Markle, McClune, and Mickey, all VMs, trying the 3 stop strategy. Here comes Jason Miz. Another M coming down for the 3 stop strategy. Also in, Kyle Lingerfelt on his way into the pit lane. Malenko is in as well. So everybody from 13th on down the running order except Eric Peck has made their bid for the 3 stop strategy. So as Lingerfelt is down and away, we continue on with Max Service with a 9/10 of a second advantage. As we look up, does anybody else try to join them? This is about too late now if you're going for the 3 stop. If you're going for the 3 stop, you probably should have pitted. Here you're kind of making your bed. You're looking to come in at about lap 80 to 85 and then make it a 1 stop race from there. Of course, 200 laps tonight. Max Service there. 9/10 of a second over Seth Berger. Richardson's coming in, and he's followed by the 37 of Eric Peck. Eric Peck, of course, a lap down already, so he's going to drop further down the running order. But Richardson is kind of in the middle of these strategies. I don't like it. I don't really know how much of an advantage he's going to get out of it. Daniel Park back into the pit lane. So we'll see here now, everybody from 12th on back has made their bid for the 3 stop strategy to the end of the race. Here comes Doug Solms in, followed by Jacob Zala, Devin Smith. So can drivers go? Service and Gilliard are in, and Pratt. This is interesting. St. Cor is in. I don't know what strategy these guys are going to go for. Are they going to be able to try to stretch it? So race leader Seth Berger, Jeremiah Stutzman is in. So now Matt Setzer, the only driver left not to pit, and here he comes. So nobody really going to be able to make it on the 2 stop strategy unless they save. Well, those guys ran it out. The drivers who pitted got the head start on evening out the 3 stop strategy. So we'll see how it pays off. As everybody has pitted. Seth Berger down and away with the race lead. Who is he racing on pit exit? McClune gets out ahead. McClune, of course, already on a 6-lap stint. McClune, a huge advantage on Seth Berger. Tyler Markle racing on the pit exit with Seth Berger. He'll get to 2nd. Service and Berger duking it out for 3rd. Berger's going to fall back to 4th on the pit exit. Lingerfelt in 5th. Matthew Setzer, the last driver to not make the last driver to make a pit stop, and he's still in the pit lane. Oh, he might have been caught speeding. We'll see what happens here. If he gets out in the next 15 seconds, that was it. And he is not down anyway, so he's probably fixing damage. But Josh McClune has a 6-second advantage now over Tyler Markle. Seth Berger duking it out for a second, though. Fights back and clears Tyler Markle. Of course, Markle, one of the earlier drivers to pit, 5-lap older tires than Seth Berger, and Max Service looking to follow suit. So Tyler Markle holds on to the third position right now over Service. Max Service on 4-lap fresher tires than Tyler. So we'll see if Tyler can preserve the tires, knowing that his experience is going to help out with that. And did Setzer spin on pit exit? Oh no. We're gonna replay. Oh yeah, he went around on pit exit. Get a replay of that. So here he was coming off the pit lane. Trying to get up to speed and just caught the bumper on. Back up front, McClune now a 5.3 second advantage. Now begins the fun part. McClune approaches lap traffic. Berger on the chase. 120 laps to go in this race. Now Berger brings it down to a 5-second advantage. Soames, Richardson, the closest battle on track, right in front of the leader. Service has gotten past Tyler Markle. So we work lap 82. Let's go, I guess, a little bit through the field, you would call it, as the Seth Berger tries to chase down Josh McClune. McClune, he's had a strong day so far. Started deeper in the running order. But how about this? He's worked his way up front. He hounded Seth Berger for laps and laps and laps on end. And he pitted before him. Nobody able to stretch it out to lap 80, and he took the advantage first of the 3-stop strategy. Isn't going to pay off on the long run. Right now is a 4.7 second advantage over Seth Berger. Can he hold on? Fall back to the second position. Of course, Seth Berger, I think he was getting close, if not already leading the most laps today. That is looking to change as he tries to chase down Josh McClune. Seth Berger looks to be the fastest driver overall, but McClune was hounding him all day. So with about 5 laps difference in the age of their tires, who's going to prevail more and which strategy is going to prevail more as the race goes on? These strategies are going to become more and more separated by age of tires, and who's going to really have the advantage at the end of the race. Back to the third position, Max Service, the highest overall highest driver who has won a race this season, trying to get a second one, but not too far behind is Tyler Markle. Service has had a decent day as well, and into the top 3 after starting deep in the middle of the pack. Can Service make up a couple more spots and bring home the win is one thing we have to watch later on this race. Fall back to the 4th position. How about Tyler Markle, this only other driver who has won a race who's in the field today. Of course, Schumacher and Velzy not in the field today. But Tyler Markle, he's one driver we definitely think of when it comes to tire conservation. Will he be able to out-strategize his competitors and maybe pull off a decent finish. Of course, he's also tied for the point lead with Malenko, who actually has yet to win a race. He's further down the running order. We'll get to him. And he got into an accident about lap 20. He brought out the one and only caution today. Him and Malenko and Devin Smith, all of our point leaders were in that incident. Our top 3 in points were all in that incident, and right now he's looking to have the best recovery thus far. Fall back to the 5th position. Kyle Lingerfeld has shown signs of speed, getting up there and duking it out in the top 3, but has since fallen back. His speed maybe just coming from not conserving the tires as well as the others, but now in 5th, we'll see if he can strategize his way forward. About 6th position, Jason Miz. This is kind of where he's been hanging out all day. And of course, Miz, sponsored by the Dallas Cowboys, mentioned earlier. Of course, the NFL season kicks off tomorrow, and I'm sure he's just as excited as I am. Trying to see, I guess, yeah, his Cowboys game, that is on Sunday with the Rams, so we'll see if Jared Goff can maybe derail his happiness. Nah, I'm messing. But Jason Miz there in 6th position, looking to see if he can work his way forward. Right now on the strategy side of things, he's in the middle range of aged tires. We'll see how he fares there in the 6th position. We fall back to the 7th position with Jeremiah Stutzman. He was up in the top 5 earlier, and he now has some of the newest tires on track, so we'll see if he can move his way forward with this strategy. Right now, not looking too promising, but trying to close the gap to Jason Miz. Fall back here, Kevin Thompson putting a lap on Malenko. This their scoring is all over the place, actually. So we have to see. Oh, we weren't live. That makes some sense there. But yeah, Jason Miz actually did get passed by Jeremiah Stutzman. So that is that. Kevin Thompson there in the 8th position. Kevin Thompson, he kind of started up front by virtue of all the EOLs. I think he was trying to start at the back and did not get that. He's kind of held where he started for the most part. He has a decent amount of laps on those tires, but one of the younger sets as well. We'll see if Thompson can strategize his way forward as well. Andrew Pratt starting outside pole. Not a good day for drivers starting on the front row. Andrew Pratt there in the 9th position. He got into trouble early, fall right down the running order, and unfortunately was on from there. Right now recovering up into the 9th position with 108 laps to go this time by the start-finish line. We'll see if Pratt can move his way back forward. Of course, starting 2nd. He's got some sort of speed in that car. We'll see if he can show it. Falling back to the last driver inside the top 10, Jacob Zala. He's shown a lot of speed on the short run, but not been able to generate that speed on the long run. We'll see if he's going to be able to make any adjustments or changes to his driving style to maybe be there closer to the end. We fall back to the 11th position. How about Malenko? There, starting on the pole, winning our Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award, leading a lot of laps early, and poof, no longer in the running. Now this race is not over, and he can definitely get back up there, but he might need a flag to follow his way, and he needs to change his driving style. He went all out from the start, and that just was not the choice to make. He's definitely paying for it now. He got into an accident on lap 20, and it has not been his day. Tied for the points lead coming in. He's going to lose the point lead after this at the moment. Fall back to the 12th position, Devin Smith. He's also had an all over the place day. He was in the top 5, I believe, or battling in for the top 5. Ended up towards the back of the pack and then got into that accident with Tyler Markle and Malenko. So we'll see if Devin Smith can recover. But right now, of the point leaders, the top 3 in the points, he's recovered the least, if you would say. And we got a battle on our hands for the race lead. McClune, Berger did complete the chase to the inside. Goes the 77. Seth Berger to the race lead. Berger chased McClune down from 6 seconds back. McClune is like, where did he come from? I think Berger's wondering that as well. What a drive. Sean Thompson in the chat saying, go Dallas Cowboys. We'll look back a little bit earlier. Of course, Devin Zimmerman, my usual co-commentator, joining me on the call most nights. Not tonight, caught out by the iRacing update. And, of course, he's traveling. So the internet he has is not the internet he usually has at home. And just was not able to get updated in time, which is all fine. I've done these shows by myself before. We're handling it all alone tonight. We made it the first half thus far. We still got a half of this race to go. And Donovan Craddock, I believe he's rooting for Seth Berger most weeks. So glad to see him here. And in full force supporting Seth Berger, who has just regained the race lead. Looking to put Eric Peck a second lap down. As there goes Eric Peck. We'll see our gaps here. And this is going to be interesting. I think for the first time this season, we're going to really take a look at the last lap time. So, the lap times on your screen will appear when they cross the start-finish line and disappear 10 seconds after. So you kind of see how the drivers are running compared to one another. You can see who's faster in that group of cars and who isn't. Of course, you see there, we'll come to the start-finish line here. Seth Berger, last lap, ran a 31.4. It's fastest thus far. Service actually ran a little bit faster. No, right, that's not fastest, but yeah. Service ran a 31.2, so Service is coming. A 31.3 for Lingerfeld. He's also on the charge. You gotta look down the running order. Pratt also with a 31.3. Yep. You gotta see Service working his way up, but he gets caught out by a lapper there. That's Doug Solms. Trying to get her out. He still can't find a way around Doug Solms. Still Service ran a faster lap. That is insane how he's able to hold on to it as he's trying to find a way around a lap car, and he still runs that fast. That is wicked. So Service now closing the gap now. Half a second. The gap between himself and Berger. Up front, looking to close that as we have passed halfway last lap around. We're on lap 102 now. So pit stops, you got to be thinking. Drivers only went 40 or 50 laps on that last run. We are already 30 laps in on these tires or thereabouts. And so we'll be seeing pit stops in about the next 10 laps or so. And this is where the strategy is going to get interesting. Did you complete your pass? Did you complete your chase? Seth Berger not letting Service catch on him any much longer. It's still the same gap as it was. And we'll take off a lap time. Wow, what is English? I'm struggling. So take a look here on VR. Car brands, 2 Chevys leading, a Toyota, a Ford, a Toyota, 2 more Chevys, 3 Fords, a Toyota, a Chevy, couple Toyotas, Ford, Chevy, Yoda, and Adam Gardner's not racing, so that not necessarily counts. He qualified, but our race director could not make it tonight, caught out by the iRacing updates, and that relegated back to the league owner, Adam Gardner. And he'll get the provisional points for starting tonight, but nothing more than that. So pit stops underway in about, I'd say in the next 5 to 15 laps you should see pit stops. I can't imagine any later we'd see I mean, who knows if you're saving tires? It's rough. Not entirely sure. Here comes Service to the inside of Burger for the race lead. Burger trying to fend him off up high. Service down low. Service has chased Burger down. Pit stops on the horizon. Service to the race lead. So Max Service now leads Seth Burger. McClune falling back. He's now 4.5 seconds behind Seth Burger. Jeremiah Stutzman's another 6 seconds back. Lingerfeld trying to close up on Stutzman though. And this could be an interesting battle heading into the pit lane. Lingerfeld on 4-lap older tires than Stutzman. I believe Stutzman's actually opening up the gap. Can Stutzman have anything to say to McClune before pit stops? Now looking at it, I'm going to be thinking McClune's going to be one of the first ones in. But can he try to extend it any longer? I don't know, maybe try to have his advantage of newer, fresher tires a little bit longer. If you can try, or I guess actually if we went longer, it'd be shorter. I'm not entirely sure what to do if you're McClune. I guess your bet is kind of already made. So if you can make it 10 laps, you can go 120 to 160 and then finish the race. Oh, and the 37 Eric Peck hard into the outside wall. Man, oh man. So I guess if I'm McClune, I'm gonna try to maybe go maybe 5 laps longer to get to 115, and then from there try to go 5 laps longer on that stint to get to 160, or maybe 3 laps longer here, 3 laps longer in the second stint, and 3 laps longer at the end. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. If McClune can stretch it to like 112, 113, it's very doable for him. Then on a if he can make it to 113, it should be doable on one more stop. That'd be about 45 more laps, and that would be 157. So Josh McClune continues on out, and Tyler Markle going to be the first of the drivers to the pit lane. 110 of 200. He's got 90 laps to go. He's got to be able to go 45 laps on the rest of this race to split this race to the end. I think he'll be able to do it, but interesting. First driver to head to the pit lane. Where will he end up in the running order? So we see here. Last time drivers have hit the pit lane. Max Service not pulling away from Seth Burger. Burger back to the back bumper of Service. Here comes Malico to the pit lane. Here comes Malico. McClune is into the pit lane. And I think he can do it from here. If he can go 3 laps longer the next 2 stints, he can make it. McClune. He went. That doesn't say anymore, but McClune has now pitted. We'll see who else brings it in. If you can make it to lap 120, though, you should be golden. To go 120 and 160. But Burger has gotten back out to the race lead. And again, these drivers separated by 1 lap on their age of tires. Actually, Burger 1 lap fresher tires in Service. So this battle continues. Burger's made his way back by Service. We'll see who blinks first into the pit lane. Lingerfeld is in now. And Matthew Setzer is on the pit exit. Here comes Jason Miz. Maybe trying to go 115. But Berger and Service, this looks like this is going to be the battle for the win if we stay green to the end. We just wait to see who brings it down to the pit lane. Who's going to be the next to blink? It's going to be Andrew St. Cyr. Jason Miz on pit exit. Brendan Richardson into the pit lane from, I believe what was 8th. Here comes Eric Peck. Here comes Kevin Thompson. Devin Smith. Seth Berger continues to lead over Service. He's trying to go 2 more laps. Make that strategy easy to the end. 42 laps now. Here comes Service. And Berger. You're going to be racing on the pit entry. Nose to tail at pit entry. Do they keep it under pit speed? Oh man, I don't know. There's smoke there on pit exit. I'm gonna assume that's just the driver pulling away. Only Devin Smith. Jeremiah Stutzman takes the race lead, getting that important bonus point in the battle for the points lead. And it's going to be important who wins the race off pit lane. There goes Andrew Pratt off and away. Solms is in and Service wins the race off pit lane, but they're still racing. They're racing on pit exit. Don't wreck it on pit exit. Keep it under control. Watch the blend line. Wow, the racing on pit exit was insane. But Stutzman's in. And now everybody has made their pit stop. Now, can you make it on a one stop to the end? You pitted on 110 like Tyler Markle. Max Service and Seth Berger. This is an insane race. So Dan Park gets lapped there. Jacob Zala lapped as well. First car one lap down actually for Jacob Zala. Devin Smith just up the road. Zala in that free pass position. As we work lap 121 of 200. Service leads. Seth Berger. Oh, he got a pit exit penalty. No! Oh, no. And it's a 40-second, or is it a stop and go? Oh, he's getting tires. Oh, man. You know, I think it was that pit exit. And here's this race off pit road again. That wasn't that good of an angle. Let's see. This is huge. And yeah, it was, I think, a 40-second. Oh, right there. Did he have his right sides? I don't know. Wow. That pit exit. I can't believe that was an unsafe. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe he got speeding on pit road. That might have been it. Maybe a service breathing down his neck made him speed. But wow. Max service now. Large gap. Interval. Oh, not so large. 1.3 seconds you see there. Service from McClune. But Seth Berger effectively out of the running for this race. He had some sort of penalty. That's just wicked. Service just he's actually opened up his gap now to Josh McClune. See the grandstands on the back straightaway. Again, we are racing at the legacy version of this Texas Motor Speedway. What many people claim to be the better version. This is my home track. I'm very, very fond of this place. I love Eddie Gossage and what he's done for this track. 2017 repave reconfiguration. I don't know, man. I understand why he did it, but I would much rather not have had that. This racing was amazing at this track. Being both a NASCAR and IndyCar fan, I wish I got to see an IndyCar race at this configuration. I only saw a NASCAR race at this configuration. I have seen the IndyCar race at Texas, but the new configuration I went last summer, and I've seen now Cup, Truck, Xfinity, and Indy cars here. They're all wicked. This track is huge in person, and yeah, I'm glad we're running this version. But I was talking about the grandstands on the back straightaway. Those are no longer there in real life. It has been replaced with the big Haas TV there on the back straight. You saw there entering turn 2. I see if we can get a better look of it next time around. Max service works lap 130 of 200. One more pit stop still on the horizon for these drivers. We'll see here. You can't really tell, but right there to the outside there would be the Speedway Club. Can't tell if that is in iRacing yet or if that was new. But the Speedway Club, that is a amazing experience. If you get the chance to go to Texas Motor Speedway and you have the money to get a Speedway Club experience, definitely do it. Basically, it is racing luxury, if you could call. Yeah, I think it's there. There's a building there. Yeah, I think the Speedway Club is modeled there in iRacing. So, but yeah, that is amazing. That is actually where I watched the IndyCar race from. I've watched Xfinity and truck races from the front row at the start-finish line, and I've seen the Cup races from about 12 rows up here at the restart zone right back there. And equally all as fun to be watching from. Max Service putting on a, well, it seems like Max Service putting on a clinic. Max Service actually recently just got into the mix after chasing down Seth Berger towards the end of the last stint. Berger got a penalty of some sort. And, well, here you are with Max Service, a 4.4 second advantage on Josh McClune. I believe McClune came into the pit lane before these guys. We'll throw it up, actually. And, yeah, he did. McClune came in about 6 laps earlier. The only driver maybe who could get up here and ruin it for Service would be Stutzman, who came in 1 lap later. But nobody else on that board really has anything to say for Max Service. Unless Max Service has something to say about Max Service. As Jacob Zala and Malenko battling for last car on the lead lap. This going on ahead of Max Service. Here comes Service to put Malenko 1 lap down. Malenko and Markle were the only 2 drivers to complete every single lap this season. And right now, that is in danger of happening. Malenko is now 1 lap down. That would leave Tyler Markle the only driver to complete every lap this season thus far. And what I mean by that is finishing on the lead lap every single race. And Zala in the wall. Now this becomes the battle for the lucky dog if we get a yellow. This is an insane battle back here. Malenko and Zala, and we have to look at the stints. Zala's got 7 lap fresher tires than Malenko. The Service continues on his way. Working lap 138 of 200. Kevin Thompson closing up on. And so how about the battle for 5th? Pratt and Stutzman. Stutzman on the freshest tires of the top 10. We'll double check that. He is on the freshest tires of the top 10. And trying to get into the top 5 once again. Jeremiah Stutzman, our defending champion of Outlaws competition. Sweeping. We had 3 series back on PlayStation 4. He swept the championship in all 3 series, and here he is back on iRacing, battling up in the points. Stutzman clears to 5th position. This would not put him anywhere. This wouldn't put him in the points lead, but this would put him in contention for the points lead because Smith was 3rd in points. He will now be 2nd because he's only a couple points behind Malenko. Malenko will fall back, and Stutzman will be inputted into the make. The top 4 are going to be insanely close in points. And I'll have to pull that up. I'll have to make a graphic for the points in the future. Once again, I'll go over them. Top of the standings coming into today, Malenko and Markle were tied at 161 points apiece at the top of the standings. Devin Smith was 2nd, 159. Devin Smith was 3rd. Jeremiah Stutzman 4th, 152. Jason Miz 5th, 150. And Andrew Pratt 6th, 138. That was all atop the standings. Miz also in the mix, can't capitalize a little bit, but everybody's competing for in points besides Smith and Malenko are ahead of him. I guess he's kind of in the middle. But there's about 5 prime contenders within 11 points of one another coming in today. Those will be updated right in the post-race. We will see, but 60 laps to go. We're coming up to the point, I'd have to say in about 10 laps or so, where if you pit, you can make it to the end, I think. I don't think you'd want to be on that old of tires at the end of the race. But I'm pretty sure if you pit at about lap 150, you can make it to the end without, green, white checkers and all that jazz. But assuming there is, you're going to probably pit for fresh tires if there is green, white checkers. But, Kyle Lingerfeld now being caught by Tyler Markle. Okay, that is reverse. Lingerfeld probably passed Markle because Lingerfeld's on 3 lap older tires than Tyler. That gap is actually closing though. So maybe I was correct the first time. But Markle now under attack from Richardson. Right now, the battle for free pass. Jacob Zala, Kevin Thompson. Zala and Thompson duking out. Zala trying to keep himself relevant in this battle for the free pass if a flag does happen. Devin Smith, though, quickly becoming a treat for Max Service to snack on in terms of lapping driver's service. An 11-second advantage to Joshua McClune, who sat second. 55 laps to go at the Texas Motor Speedway. Max Service has one more pit stop from attempting to secure his second win on the season. Max Service and Tyler Markle, the only winners on the season in this race. Of course, we have also Garrett Velzy winning Talladega. Adrian Schumacher winning Road America last week. Max Service winning Legacy Phoenix, round number 2. And Tyler Markle winning round number 1 at Auto Club Road Course. This being said, if you like mile-and-a-half racing, well, we have a treat for you because next week we're going to Homestead Miami Speedway. What used to be the Cup Series season finale circuit or track has now just become a another mile-and-a-half on the schedule for NASCAR. Most drivers, most fans enjoyed Homestead as a title, as the season finale, but that is now to Phoenix in real life. Here, the season finale, I have to double check. I believe it's Kansas. So we still keep the mile-and-a-half tradition going in this series. Been around to 50 laps to go. Nobody has hit the pit lane. But Jacob Zala did get that position from Kevin Thompson for the free pass. As Devin Smith tries to fight off Max Service. Right now, 8 cars on the lead lap. Smith wants to be one of them. Smith into the wall. Service trying to find a way around Smith. There's a bump there in turns 1 and 2. And when I was trying to hot lap at this track the other day, that bump is so rough. You have to hit it just right. If you can hit it just right, I think your lap time will improve. As the track cools off, speeds are going to go up a little bit as the track will cool off. Service still trying to find a way around Devin Smith. Smith racing him hard as he can, and McClune actually lost more time, falls back now to almost 13 seconds back. But Max Service, you saw him hit that bump there. His car got really sideways. And when I was trying to hot lap here, I could run fast, but if I didn't hit that bump right, that killed your whole lap. Like, yeah, if you hit that right, you can make some serious time. I love that iRacing has these tracks modeled, and hopefully we can see it here in the turn 1. Right there, you see Service hit it. He didn't really bobble from it. But Espile's under pressure. Peaks to the inside now with Smith. This to put Smith one lap down. Smith doesn't fight him too much once he has the spot. And Service clear to the still the race leader, clear to putting Smith one lap down. That puts Devin Smith on the chopping block. As Jacob Zala must have had an issue. He's now 5 seconds. Never mind. The gap was outdated. The interval to the driver ahead. But Zala has found his way back behind Kevin Thompson, who was 5.2 seconds back behind Devin Smith. Now we're talking. Jeremiah Stutzman working on Tyler Markle. Not too far behind Andrew Pratt. Tyler Markle also not too far behind Kyle Lingerfeld. Markle heads into the pit lane. Markle going to try to make it a 47-lap sprint to the end. I don't know if you're going to do this. I'd say try to come in about 5 laps later, but here he goes. He thinks he can make it to the end from here. Oh, and he pulled back too far. Yep. There he goes. They're getting service. He has to be inside the box. But there he is. Tyler Markle. He was in that top 5. He's getting caught by Jeremiah Stutzman. And, well, here it is. Let's see what he can do. 47 laps on these tires. Can he do it? Down and away for Tyler Markle, who gets dragged in with him. Here comes race leader Max Service to put a lap on Jason Miz. Here comes Service to the inside of Miz to put Miz one lap down, making the top 5 drivers only on the lead lap right now. Next up on the track is Andrew Pratt, who is about 8 seconds up the road. That's still a battle. Stutzman and Lingerfeld, the battle for third now, heading into the final round of pit stops. Somebody else heading into the pit lane. That's Josh McClune. McClune trying to secure himself a decent finish. Follow him in. This is a McClune strategy. Remember, he came in about 112, now 157. Now he can go to the end. So down and away is McClune. Now in is Brandon Richardson. Here comes Andrew St. Cyr. He's bringing in Kevin Thompson. Kyle Lingerfeld is in. Stutzman's now brought the gap down between Service and never mind. That is actually 21 seconds as the Lingerfeld's heading into the pit lane. Jason Miz is in as well. Here comes Eric Peck. So Service. You see when the gaps refresh, if they refresh. Here, Service goes back around. There's a smoke there on pit exit from somebody exiting. Anyway, that is Devin Smith into the pit lane. Oh, and he overshot his pit box. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, no, this is not going to help Smith, but there he is in the box. Andrew Pratt is in now. Here comes Max Service. He's going to give the lead up to Jeremiah Stutzman, and how long can Stutzman go out? Stutzman takes over the lead there. Stutzman, Zala, Gilliard still have yet to pit. Berger still has yet to pit. Solms still has yet to pit. Jeremiah Stutzman still out there now. Here's Jacob Zala is in. Zala is down on the way. Here comes Stutzman. Now this is important. Can Stutzman, make it a clean stop? Can he be nice and smooth? And what is the gap on the way out? And can he close the gap back to Max Service? Service is going to take the lead back, but what the margin is on pit exit is going to be the question. So Stutzman's in. Service is taking over the lead there. This might be over. I don't know if Stutzman's going to have the chance to close that gap on Service. But Tyler Markle to second position. Josh McClune is third as Stutzman is working his way off the pit lane. Stutzman gets passed by Pratt. Malico made an early stop. Can he go all the way to the end on that set of tires? And that leaves 6 cars on the lead lap. Stutzman, the last of them. So, 35 laps to go. The beds have been made. How about let's go through the field once more. And Max Service, what can we say? This second half of the race has been all about Max Service. He has played the cards beautifully and now has worked his way to the race lead. At the halfway point of this race, his strategy has been spot on to hold on to the gaps he has. And now he has 8 lap fresher tires than the driver behind him. 5 lap fresher tires than the driver in third. I'm sorry. Yep, that is correct. And it goes on from there. Only driver who has fresher tires than him is in 6th position, 25 seconds back. Will the margin mean that much? Max Service is cruising up front by about 10 seconds the margin. Can he hold on for a second victory of the season? Second position, Tyler Markle. He is recovered nicely. Remember, he was in the accident on lap 20. I don't think he's going to win this race. But, if Service makes a mistake or gets caught up in lap traffic, that might change. But right now, Tyler Markle sat second. He has recovered beautifully from the accident on lap 20. I thought he had engine damage. But he doesn't. So here's in second. And again, he is the only other winner this season who is in this race besides race leader Max Service. Again, Service won Phoenix and Markle won Auto Club. So both of these drivers going for their second wins on the season. The driver who's going for their first win on the season, highest up their running order. Third place, Josh McClune. Now McClune has been fast today, but just hasn't have the right strategy. But we'll see if he can get the maximum advantage out of these tires, and maybe, just maybe, this can fall into his hands. McClune has had a very clean race, and just trying to hang on to a potential podium, but trying to derail that. 4th place, Kyle Lingerfeld. He has been moving up his way through the field steadily. He got up to the top 5 a little bit early on in the race, fell back a little bit with the caution and pit cycles and all, but now into the top 5 and now means business. Where Kyle Lingerfeld will end up, I'm not sure, but it'll be a nice finish for Lingerfeld. It's been hard fought for him. 5th position, Andrew Pratt. He's started outside pole, and he's back in on the lead lap and in the top 5. Trying to hold on to 5th, but he's got a hard charging driver behind him. Andrew Pratt, he is trying to go 40 laps on this set of tires. That is easy. Can he go 40 laps on this set of tires and do it fast is another thing. Last driver to lead lap, how about 6th place, Jeremiah Stutzman. He's on a strategy. Can he pull a podium out of this car? To get a podium out of this car, he's going to have to gain 11 seconds. Not entirely sure if he's going to be able to do that, but he is trying to close up at least Andrew Pratt. Maybe have something to say for Kyle Lingerfeld. Where Jeremiah Stutzman will finish, I'm not sure, but Stutzman has been the strategist of the field this season, and many of them haven't really paid off, but this one looking pretty neat. In fact, first car 1 lap down is the 24 of Jason Miz. He's fallen 1 lap down just out of virtue of not being as fast as Max Service. That's to be brutally honest, but he's had a very clean race. He's had he's ran very quietly. He just didn't have the pace with Max Service, but holding on to first car 1 lap down. If a caution falls his way in this race, he will be able to get that lap back and maybe have something to say towards the end of this one. Fall back to next car, 1 lap down. Devin Smith in 8th position. One of our point leaders. They're entering this race 3rd in points. We'll see where he ends up in points afterwards, but in that accident on lap 20, recovered up to the 8th position, and just trying to see what he can muster up here. Can he maybe close the gap to Jason Miz ahead of him? Maybe be in contention if a caution falls his way. Fall back to the 9th position. Malenko enters this race tied for the points lead. Ran every single lap on the season. That is in jeopardy being 1 lap down. To be 1 lap shy of that, and Tyler Markle easily on his way to complete that. Should he keep that car on track? Malenko needs a couple flags to haul his way to make sure he's still able to complete every single lap on the season. He is ahead of a hard-charging Jacob Zala. 10 lap fresher tires than Malenko, but he's fighting with Tyler Markle there. So Zala there in 10th position. He's had a fast car, not the long run speed, but he did short pit. Or I'm sorry, he went as long as he could to have a short stint to the end. Where he ends up, we will see as well. But trying to hold on to a top 10, I don't think his top 10 is threatened one bit. There's only one other car that is 1 lap down, and that is Brandon Richardson. He's had a quiet race towards the back of the pack, but he has clawed his way into 11th. And if a driver ahead of him makes a lethal mistake, he can pick up a top 10. Let me just double check, as actually Malenko is headed into the pit lane. This could be Richardson's top 10. I was wondering if Malenko was going to make it to the end. This is some weird strategy I did not anticipate from Malenko, but there he is in the box, and he's going to get, well, at least right sides. We'll see if he comes around and gets lefts. He is going to come around and get left side tires. So now that's that really at stake of completing every lap on the season. We'll see what happens. The race is not over, of course, until the checkered flag, but this is not looking good for him. We'll look at Brendan Richardson. Richardson has not gotten a top 10 this season. So right now, sitting 10th, he is looking on pace to do so. We'll see where he is in relation to Andrew St. Cyr, who is 17 seconds behind. So Richardson keeps that car clean. He records his first top 10 on the season. Side 11, we just talked about Andrew St. Cyr. Been quiet today, been towards the back of the pack, not really having the pace, but of course, like I just said, a lethal mistake up ahead can give him a top 10. Fall back to 12th position. Seth Berger leading the most laps earlier in this race. Just so fast and so consistent, and maybe a pit penalty. I'm not entirely sure if it was speeding or for pit exit. I'm going to have to assume it's speeding because he did not violate pit exit to my knowledge. But speeding on pit road, possibly the case for Seth Berger. He was pressured by the 81 max service on pit entry and tried to beat service out on pit exit. That could have been it. But now sat 12th, 2 laps down. He came in and got 4 fresh tires as well, so he can make it to the end on this set of tires. That was actually a last pit stop. He actually had the penalty anyway. But Seth Berger sat in P12 after what was going to look like a great day and still holding out on his first win for the driver who he has the he's been on the service the least amount of time than any other competitor in this field. But we'll look back to 13th position, James Gilliard. Running in 13th, not exactly where we expected him to be. I don't know if he got caught out on strategy, but he was in the top 10, contending for the top 5, and now back in 13th. Something must have not gone his way. We'll see if we can claw his way back with maybe some pit strategy. But we got 20 laps to go, and a top 10 is not currently on his lap. Malik, of course, did just pit from the 10th position, now back to 14th. As Tyler Markle, he came into the pit lane and he's off. He gives up the 2nd position. Wow, that is that's wicked. That is our other point leader. Again, they came in tied entering today's race, and now both of them 2 laps down with 19 laps to go. This looks very promising for Devin Smith to take over the point lead after this race. Don't forget about Jeremiah Stutzman not too far behind. Stutzman may have something to say. He does also have the bonus point for leading laps, so Marco will try to go on a tear through the field now into the 10th position and trying to surge up. He's now past Stutzman. Actually, he scores Marco 1 lap down. But this is going to be an interesting thing to watch. Where does Tyler Marco end up? And for the points battle, what is going to happen? I was questioning the strategy from Malico and Marco to come in as early as they did. Not as much for Marco, but both of our point leaders not having the preferred strategy. I don't know. That is as well. But Stutzman into the 5th position just like that, and he's still chasing down Andrew Pratt, but will he get there on time? Andrew Pratt is chasing down Kyle Lingerfelt. Pratt now 7 tenths behind Lingerfelt. That would be for a podium position, the top 3. McClune quietly in 2nd. 2 seconds up the road from Lingerfelt and Pratt. So the podium positions are not dealt with yet because McClune has the oldest tire set 2nd. Lingerfelt 3rd with 26 lap old tires to McClune's 28, and Andrew Pratt is 4th with 24 lap old tires, freshest and fastest. Jeremiah Stutzman also 4.8 seconds back, but on 21 lap old, now 22 lap old tires. All this, I'd say, going on behind Max Service. This is basically going on right in front of Max Service, as Service has a 22.5 second lead over Josh McClune. 1 second advantage as Pratt working on the lapper of Jacob Zala, trying to find his way to Lingerfelt with coming around to 13 laps to go. Tyler Markle has gone around Brandon Richardson. Now Markle looking for Zala. Here he comes. He's going to try to go 3 wide with Pratt. 3 wide. Let's see if the 75 backs off. Markle sends it into turn 3. Gets past Zala and the lead lap car of Pratt. Maybe Markle can get back onto the lead lap. That's a stretch. He's about 14 seconds back from Devin Smith. But back to P8. And now the points lead is not so clear. On the way out of here, we'll have to tally them up. Obviously, iRacing will do that for us. There's Max Service coming around to 11 laps to go. cruising to try to get his second victory on the season. Can he keep the car clean? There's a slow car in the pit lane. That's Matthew Setzer heading into the pit lane. Lingerfeld now 1.4 seconds back of McClune. Meanwhile, Pratt has fallen off, now up to 2 seconds behind Lingerfeld. Maybe Pratt's used up the tires trying to work his way through lap traffic. Stutzman 3.6 seconds back of Pratt. Second on back with 10 laps to go is still up for grabs. Lingerfeld now 0.6 of a second behind McClune. We'll be coming around to 9 laps to go. This time by the start-finish line. Can McClune fend off Lingerfeld? 2-lap older tires. Those tires still not to the end of their life cycle, but is there any pace left in those tires? Lingerfeld following McClune actually goes a little bit lower towards the center of the corner. McClune keeping it up high to try to keep the momentum off the corner. Lingerfeld rides it out on exit. Now it's about 0.3 of a second that time by the start-finish line. Lingerfeld trying to steal a second place finish. And if anything was to happen to Max Service, trying to get his first win on the season. But Lingerfeld now to the back bumper of the Supra. Supra's going toe-to-toe for second. Lingerfeld biding his time, trying to force McClune into a mistake. Chased him down. Now he doesn't want to throw it away by making the wrong move. Coming around to 6 laps to go. Pratt now 2.5 seconds back behind Lingerfeld, but Stutzman 2.7 behind Pratt. McClune's on the oldest tires on track, coming around to still coming around to 6 laps to go still, but Max Service is 24 seconds ahead, coming around to 5 laps to go. 6 laps to go for this battle for second. The Max Service, an absolute beautiful drive, really came alive in the second half of this race. And here we are with 5 laps to go, 5 laps away from his second win on the season. Can he keep the car on track? He has 23 seconds in his back pocket. No need to force himself into an error. Lingerfeld is there. He wants second. How hard is he going to push for it? Now 5 laps to go for this battle for second. Stutzman's going to run out of time to try to get Pratt, I believe. That's 2.5 seconds he is behind Pratt. Jason Miz and Devin Smith duking it out for 6th. Smith's gone by Miz. Now McClune's opened up 2/10 on Lingerfeld. They'll be coming around to 3 laps to go. That Max Service has taken 3 laps to go. 4.5 miles left for Max Service to get his second win on the season. Of course, he won the Legacy Phoenix race. Is he going to take the Legacy versions of the tracks this season? looking like he's going to go 2 for 2. Now McClune works his way through St. Cour to Lapper. Lingerfeld, can he get around him any faster? 2 laps to go for Service. 2.5 for McClune and Lingerfeld. Now Pratt falls 3 seconds back of this. Stutzman is stalled out in 5th. Tyler Markle still is alive for 6th, maybe 5th, or for 7th, maybe 6th. Markle putting on the charge. 3 laps to go in that battle. It was 2 laps to go in that battle as Max Service has taken the white flag. 1 lap to go here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Now 1 mile. Halfway down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Max Service looking to be the first multi-time winner on the season. Max Service wins at Legacy, Texas. The battle for second has opened up now 0.6 of a second. Can McClune make it a clean 3 and 4? Into turns 3 and 4, McClune sails it in there, 0.8 of a second. The margin between them. Josh McClune is going to come home in second. Kyle Lingerfeld comes up short at the end. P3 for Lingerfeld. Andrew Pratt comes home fourth. Jeremiah Stutzman comes home 5th. The last car on the lead lap. Devin Smith, and they're wrecking on the back after the checkers. Devin Smith comes home 6th. No! So actually scoring is off there, but Devin Smith comes home 6th. Tyler Markle comes home 7th. Jason Miz did get passed by Tyler Markle for 8th. Brandon Richardson records his first top 10 on the season. And there is Max Service burning it down on the front straight. As Malenko comes home in 10th. And nobody has completed every single lap on the season now, as both Tyler Markle and Malik have gone 1 lap down in today's race. They both have completed every lap on the season, so now everybody has at least left 1 lap on the table through 5 races. Let's get through it, shall we? Let's see if we can dial up our 3rd place finisher, driver of the number 65, Kyle Lingerfeld. I don't see him in Discord. We'll see if we maybe can get McClune. I don't see him either. So I guess we're going to go ahead and get to straight away talking with our now 2-time race winner on the season. Max, how does it feel?
Feels great. Honestly, coming into this, I wasn't super confident. The build update didn't really suit me very well, but I made a last-second decision to change the steering ratio, and it was all I needed.
All right, so you really came alive in that second half of the race and took it, but describe the first half of the race and what you had to do to put yourself into position to even have a shot at Seth Berger.
I thought I was a little quicker coming towards the end of that run, but I had to burn the tires up a little bit trying to pass all the other cars and get up there. 2 of them came to about 4 seconds, and I'd used up all the tire I had. And then we came to pit road, and the next run, the car came to me a lot more.
That was for sure. So you were then locked into an intense battle with Seth Berger. And I believe it was lap 122 or 121 where y'all came into the pit lane nose to tail. And I'm not sure if you have any insight to what happened there, but he must have gotten a penalty because he had to come back down the pit lane and was there for a bit. I don't know if you have been able to tell what happened with Seth Berger there.
He sped on exit, I think. Yeah.
That was an intense battle coming on and off the pit lane. Now we're side by side. Honestly, if Berger hadn't been penalized, do you think you would have been able to stay in front of him if y'all kept on pitting on the same lap?
Stay in front of him, no. He was so much quicker on a short run than I was. I had no pace on a short run, but I think as the race went on, I think I could have probably got back by him towards the end of the run, and where it went long to the finish, I think I might have been able to get to him probably with about 10 to go in the race.
Right on. Well, you ended up with a 24-second margin. So when Berger was penalized, what was kind of the mindset then, and to the end of the race, what was going through your mind?
Um, I was kind of disappointed for it. I was really looking forward to the battle we were going to have coming to the finish there because I knew it was going to be really tight coming to the end. And then after he sped, I kind of just backed it down from there and took it easy to the end.
Right on. Well, it was a wild start, but you got to it by with about 80 laps to go, and you rode it from there, and you showed tremendous pace and just great racing today. Well, I guess one more thing. You've won now both of the legacy track races so far on the schedule. You think is that going to be kind of your thing this season, or is it just kind of luck how it worked out at Phoenix and just kind of how your cards fell here at Texas?
Um, I don't know. Here at Texas. It was just like I said, the steering ratio changed because the car sucked before that. It was nowhere like it was before the build. I think I had probably the best car overall before the build update, and then Phoenix, for whatever reason, I felt really, really good there. But legacy tracks moving forward, it depends what the track is, because I'm not the biggest fan of Phoenix or Texas, but for whatever reason, I guess I do well here.
Well, right on. Second win on the season. You now take the lead in that category. Um, how you looking now at the rest of the season?
Um, I'm just gonna take it easy, try and get some more wins if I can. Maybe take some gambles, try to win one on fuel mileage or something. I don't know. We'll see if the opportunity comes.
Right on. Well, when that happens, you definitely deserve to do what you please now with 2 wins on the season. Congratulations on winning here at Legacy, Texas, and best of luck to you for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And that was our race winner, driver of the number 81. And now we're joined with our third place finisher, driver of the number 65. Addy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. All right, so third place finish, but towards the end, you were locked in an intense battle with McClune, and Pratt was breathing down your neck, and Stutzman was coming up behind him. What was kind of going through your mind that last stint?
I kind of was thinking that I started saving too late because I started saving the last 2 runs because I knew we would only be one more stop if we could save just a few more laps. I ended up saving too much and letting McClune get back away from me while I just used up my stuff. I could have used it earlier to get by him. Pratt was faster at the end. He came out of nowhere. I had a roller coaster day. Started third, was as far back as 8th in a normal running position, and then back up to third. So it was fun.
I was just about to say, you kind of were all over the top half of this field. What was it there early, and how did you feel your tire conservation game was compared to the rest of the drivers?
I felt really good. I don't know where anyone else ended up at, but I ended up. My worst run was the first run. I ended up at 52%. So my tire wear I felt was really good. I just saved too much though, and that put me further back, and then just never was able to catch back up.
Right on. Max Service ended up finishing with like a 24.5 second advantage. Was there anything different y'all could have done strategy-wise, or anybody in the rest of the field? I guess other than Berger not get penalized to tighten that one up, or what do you think was what was the case there?
Some luck would have helped there. Maybe a quick yellow because he wasn't very good on the short runs. My car was great the first 5 to 6 laps of a run, but would slowly fall off and then pick back up probably the last 10 to 15 laps of a run. So some luck would have been good to stop him, but other than that, not much would have stopped him.
Right on. Describe the car today, and maybe kind of like how you prepared coming into today, and then the build maybe change that, or did the build change anything to you today?
I didn't really feel any real difference. I don't think. Car felt fine. Typically, when you go racing these cars, it just tears up the right front, and you just end up tight and plowing the whole race. I felt like today was a little different. I felt like the track was actually slick enough on exit where you can kind of put the hammer down and drive it off rather than kind of just baby it. So it was a lot of fun.
Now, according to points, looks like you didn't make one race this season, but
Correct.
you haven't recorded a top five until today. You get a third place finish. You feel that helps you any better, kind of looking forward into the season, or you think maybe you could have gone those top fives, and today you just kind of put it all together?
No, I mean, I felt like I definitely have had some real good opportunities to run up front, and then finally was able to put a day together. Definitely had a few mistakes throughout the day, a few small details to clean up, but I think it's great progress. I'm happy to have third for crying out loud. It's been rough, so we'll move on to next week and carry it on.
Right on. Today being a mile and a half at the Legacy, Texas. Next Wednesday we're at Homestead Miami Speedway. Anything you can take from today heading into next Wednesday?
Being real loose on the start, these cold tires at that track today is insanely loose. So hopefully that carries on over to Homestead and helps me find grip over there with the cold tires or even on the long run.
Right on. Well, it was a very strategic race there after that first yellow, but you played it just right to end up on the podium, getting one of these interviews. So congratulations on that third place finish. Best of luck to you next week at Homestead, and hope to be talking to you more throughout the season.
You too, back at you. Thanks for doing your thing up top. Us drivers really appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you. And that was our third place finisher, Kyle Lingerfeld, driving to number 65. We'll see if we can maybe pull up one more interview. Yeah, let's see if we can talk to sixth place finisher, Devin. Hey, Devin, you got a copy?
Yeah, what up?
So I know you finished sixth, and this wasn't really, I guess, the plan if you didn't get a top three. But I have to say, first I wanted just to get three interviews in, but I have to say you were in a tight battle with with Miz there at one point. Describe kind of how it was. I know you finished the lap down, but how it was with you and then you and Miz, and then Markle coming up with fresh tires.
Fuck, I don't know. This race was just hell from the get-go. So, a top 6 is phenomenal. Definitely not what I thought I would have did. I was shooting for a top 15 at the start. But with Miz and Markle, I didn't think I'd catch Miz. I was surprised I got to him as quick as I did at that one point. But then I made a mistake, and then I still ended up catching him. I don't know how. I guess his tires just went away at the end. But luckily, I had enough, or the laps were down low enough that Markle couldn't catch us. So, woo! That's about it. That's all I got.
Well, you came into this race 2 points behind the point leaders, Markle and Malika. They were tied for the points lead. And then lap 20, all three of you are in that accident on the back straightaway. What do you think kind of happened there from your perspective, and what's kind of going through your mind? If you were really even thinking about the point standings.
I wasn't, but for the most part, I think what we were like, the incident was like 4 wide between Markle, Malico, I think Eric was there, and then there was someone even farther low, and then I was right behind, so it just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, right on. You recovered pretty nicely. How much did that affect you? And then kind of what was your game plan after that?
Just drive, try and do the best I could. I know usually I'm better on the tires than I'd say a majority, but this update, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's a setup, if it's or what they did with the tires, but it did not. It's not suiting me, at least not there. But other than this update, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Right. Well, now I hate to ask you this. What is going to be your plan to try to improve next week at another mile and a half at Homestead?
Maybe put more laps in than I did. Granted, you couldn't really prepare for this one that much because of the update and tire changes and setup changes, but next week I think we'll be good to go. Hopefully. Praying.
Right on. Well, congratulations on the 6th place finish. Looking for you to improve on that next week, and hopefully we can be really talking to you for a podium next Wednesday. But yeah, best luck to you next week at Homestead.
Thank you. We'll try.
And that was our 2nd place finisher. I'm sorry, 6th place finisher, Devin Smith, driver to 95. He did finish 1 lap down. He's the first driver to finish 1 lap down. But after that battle, I had to get talking with him. So we'll see here. Let me think of it real quick. The battle for the points lead has tightened up. We'll have to factor in bonus points and finishing positions there at the end. But if I'm not mistaken, right now I believe Malenko has a 1-point lead over Tyler because Malenko did lead laps and Tyler did not. And Devin Smith there in 3rd, 2 points behind Malenko. And Jeremiah Stutzman, I believe, would be 7 points behind Malenko. So that points battle tightened up so much with the craziness there on those final 20 laps. And the weird strategy calls. I have to say that weird strategy call from Malenko and Mark, our point leaders, both of them finishing a lap down, meaning that not a single driver has completed every single lap on the season. Of course, Tyler, Markle, and Malenko. Tyler has now that stat lead by 1 lap because he finished 1 lap down opposed to Malenko's 2 laps down. But yeah, I mean, what a race. What a very strategic race. I really thought we were going to go caution free. But I knew it was only a matter of time with all the strategy there at the end that we were maybe going to get an accident. And on the back straightaway, it was a wild accident. Our point leaders all involved. And that being said, a huge congratulations on a big win, the 2nd win on the season for Max Service. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday night, September 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Outlaw Sim Series round number 6 of 36 as we tackle another 1.5 mile track being the Homestead Miami Speedway. This has been Emerson Arden on the call, and we will see you next time.